Hi guys. So I just posted notes on reviewing two-step equations. I want to go ahead and go over clearing the fraction though. This is something that we briefly talked about when we were in school. Some of you really got it, did a great job. Others of you struggled with it a little bit. So I want to use this example right here to show you just how easy it is to clear the fraction. Okay, ignore this 10 over here. This means nothing. I pulled this from a worksheet. Okay, the equation that we're working with is 2/5 a minus 4 equals 21. Okay, so we're going to follow these step-by-step instructions that I have over on the right-hand side to clear the fraction. Because quite frankly, that 2/5 is just ugly. You know, I can sit here and do my backwards order of operations and get rid of that -4 first, and then divide by the fraction, which means multiply by the reciprocal, blah, 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 blah. Or we can do what's called clearing the fraction and just get rid of that fraction right away and not even have to deal with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify the fraction and the denominator to clear. Okay, so if I see this is my fraction right here, is 2/5, and the denominator that I'm going to be clearing is 5. Okay, now we're lucky because this equation literally just has one fraction, so it's not that big of a deal. When you get into when you get into equations that have multiple fractions, you have to find a common denominator. It gets a little bit more complicated, but in this case, we're just getting rid of the 5. Okay, easy peasy. Step 2 says multiply everything. That means everything by the denominator. So I'm literally going to take this and I'm going to put parentheses on both sides. So there and there. And I'm going to put a 5 on this side and a 5 on this side. That means I'm now going to take this 5 and I'm going to multiply it. I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to multiply by everything inside the parentheses on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm multiplying it by everything on the right-hand side of the equation. I'm not going to skip anything. Now, when I take 5 and I multiply by the first term on the left-hand side, this 5 is going to cancel out because this is like 5 over 1. So 5 and 5 cross cancel. Okay, so now I'm just left with 2a. However, when I take this 5, change my colors here for you, take this 5 and multiply it by the 4, I'm now doing a minus 20. So I have 2a minus 20 now because I took that 5 that I'm multiplying everything by, and when I multiplied it by the 4, I have a minus 20, but then the 5s cancel out in the first term, and I'm just left with 2a equals, now 5 times 21, okay, I'll do that on my right-hand side, okay, and over there I will have 105. Now, I just have a simple two-step equation that is much easier to work with than that fraction junk and everything like that. So now I just solve that like normal. Okay, so step 3, solve like normal. I'm going to put my finger over my variable, and I see that I have left this minus 20 here, so I'm going to add 20. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. These cancel out. My 2a comes down. Okay, now this is multiplication, so the inverse is division. Divide both sides by 2. A equals, oh, this is an ugly number. Oops, put my decimal in the wrong spot. 62.5. Okay, and then I can go ahead, of course, and check my solution by substituting that value back into the original. And that would be step 4 right there. Okay, super simple.